Hello, everybody. I'm Jan Schets. I'm from the company Peerity. What we are trying to do is create a new social network that is not based on individuals, but is based around communities. You might ask why we have a blockchain behind it. This is because we want to reward our users. Instead of stealing their data like normal social media does and selling it to the highest bidder, we're actually going to reward the users of our platform for being active on the platform. At this point, we have an alpha ready. Our blockchain, the technology behind it that we use is Tendermint. You might know these guys from the Cosmos project. So we have forked their technology and created our own blockchain based on their technology, but to suit our needs. Now we feel there is a problem in not just the crypto scene or the social media scene. What we found with tokens and cryptocurrencies in general, especially the last 6 months, is that usually there's a lack of product. Right? There's a bit of a gold rush, right, with ICOs and the token economy. So this for us was a problem, especially when we started a year ago, when we started developing it. Things were different. So now we feel that there is a big problem in the ICO scene, usually because the startup IDs are, if not outright scams, they are not thought out properly. There is a lack of real-life application as well. And also, a lot of these projects they do one crowdfunding round and they expect to survive on the money from a crowdfunding round. Now, what we see as a solution for our needs is we actually have a product. We actually have the codes. We actually have an alpha version before we raise the money, which is usually not done in the ICO scene, right? So we create a social platform, and the token will be used on the platform. We will actually have a real product, a real life use case for the token, okay? The sustainable funding is we need to do an ICO so we can get our product completely finished, but after that, we have our ecosystem in place that will actually fund the system by itself. So we've checked market validation. I saw just a project where Ned Scott was the advisor for. Ned Scott is the CEO of Steemit. To be fair, most of the team found each other through Steemit. So we do have some respect for them. But we also feel that they were flawed in their approach, and we're going to do things very differently. Now, if you look at the social media scene, there is a big market. Like Steam started about 2 years ago, they already have 170,000 users, big market cap. Other fledgling social media platforms, they grow pretty big. There is a big market for social media, especially if you look further than that. If our marketing guy is an SEO specialist, and he found that there's this many people are looking for Facebook alternatives. And who can blame them? I mean, Facebook, they just basically sell your data, right? And they also have a lot of ads. So 60 million people search for a Facebook alternative without ads, right? And if you combine it with the 3 million people that are actively using cryptocurrency, we've done our market validation, and we know there is a market for this, right? So what is our advantage? What makes us different if you compare it to, for example, Steemit or other social media, right? Well, we'll reward both offline and online activities. In our platform, you will be able to use e-commerce posts. You will be able to create events like on a meetup group, and you will be able to have crowdfunding, all inside the platform, all payable by our native cryptocurrency, by our token. Apart from that, we are also implementing a governance system so that the people who are using it actually have a say in the direction of the platform, unlike traditional social media that is basically a dictatorship, right? So we have an alpha version available right now. This is not for the public yet, but if you contact us and you're really nice to us, we might let you in. So this is how it already looks at this point, right now. before we even went to beta, right? We've spent a year working on this, and then about 3 months ago, we decided like, oh, I think we forgot about marketing. So we started our marketing. So we are more a team of IT specialists, developers, and professionals, more than we are marketing guys trying to raise money. This was something we thought afterwards. So we're also going to create a mobile app. We just want to have it easy to use, intuitive for the users, pretty straightforward. We don't want to make it difficult. This is not for IT geeks and tech people. This is for the normal crowds, for normal people, right? Our goal is also to get cryptocurrency into a broader range of people. And what is the best way to do it? Is social media. I mean, I live in Cambodia. Internet there is Facebook. There is no internet. There is Facebook. That is what they call internet, right? So if you look at a global perspective, the market is way bigger than any kind of IT, tech, IoT, blockchain. No, this is actual for people who can actually use it, and it can empower people to transcend their life, right? Especially in third world countries. Now, of course, this is about the ICO as well, so I'm going to talk about how we're going to distribute everything, what our business model is, right? So we will have, apart from our first initial token supply, we will be creating tokens on a daily basis, right? The amount of tokens we create is dependent on how many people are active on our platform. If we have very low activity on the platform, we won't be creating many tokens. So we don't get a whale problem like Steemit has, right? Now, 60% of the daily created tokens go straight to the users of the platform. We have an algorithm in place that decides what are valuable posts, what constitutes community building post or activity on the network, and we will reward them accordingly. Now, 30% of the tokens also goes to the servers who actually operate the chain. So we don't have miners, we have delegated proof of stake, and we call them peer server operators. Now, they have to be rewarded because they provide a valuable contribution to the network. They actually run the network, right? So we have to keep them happy, so we give 30% of our tokens to them. Now, another 5% goes to our upkeep for the chain, basically goes to the development and the marketing and the ongoing costs we have. And then the other 5% goes to a stake pool, which is also for people who are, since we have delegated proof of stake, our users can put in stake for the governance and they will get rewarded for that. Now, we also have a small fees that people will pay for e-commerce posts and crowdfunding posts. And those transaction fees will also go to the chain upkeep. Now, our actually ICO that we will start on the 1st of November, we have 2 main rounds. So we create 100 million tokens, okay? 12.5% are already accounted for. We still have a few left if you want in. This is a private round that we're doing right now until 2 weeks from now. You can still get in, you just have to get in contact with us. 7.5% goes to the founding team. And then our first initial ICO round will be 20%, which will be 20 million tokens, which starts on the 1st of November. The goal there is to raise $4 million, because that's all we need to build this right now. This will give us a couple of years runway and will fund the initial development of our platform. Once we have the platform finished, the beta starts, and we will do a main ICO round of 60% of the tokens. But this is pretty important. Everything that doesn't get sold gets burned. So we will not dilute our token supply. That second ICO round, why do we do this? Is because we are much more ambitious, actually. We want to create peer services, which can be anything. Like we can do hosting, we can do different things that our servers will be able to do. Now, to be able to do that, we will need a lot more money. And we will basically base this on the interest level of our investors. If there is no interest, fine, then we don't build it and we keep to the social platform. We are very agnostic in this point. So if you want to get involved, then you can just contact us. You can leave your email on our website. We have a web form. You can leave it there. We will keep you updated on everything that we do. We have a nice booth on the back in the Blockchain Solutions Forum over there behind us. We'll be there until 5 o'clock tonight. If you have any questions, just pass by and contact us. Or you can call my Cambodian number, but that's going to be might be a bit expensive. Thank you. That's it.